Hey!
Welcome to Angel Talk.
Yes.
Today we are going to talk about Deb and her road to pro. So Deb is fighting for her pro card right now,
Yep.
specifically her IFBB Professional League pro card.
Yes.
And we wanted to kind of talk about why you chose to use the IFBB Professional League over any other league.
Well, quite honestly, when I started, I didn't even know there were other leagues, and I only had heard of this one. So it was definitely the road to go, starting out with the NPC and then obviously road to pro for IFBB. But now that I've been in the business a little while and know a little bit more about other leagues, I still would choose this path. There is, for me, NPC, IFBB is the most reputable organization in the business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It has the highest status. It has a lot of clout. If you are an IFBB pro, I mean, I think that speaks a totally different language than any other pro.
Yeah, so how long have you been fighting for your pro card?
I started, this is my 5th year, so I started when I turned 50. That was my first competition, and I did it here in Kansas City, so I did a local show and just became addicted. And now this year I am fighting for that pro card. I'm going to nationals, Gary Udit's Team Collegiate Masters National in Pittsburgh. I've done that show every year. I have literally done that show every year since I started. So my first competition was in 2018. I went to nationals in 2019, 2020, yes, during COVID, 2021. Anyway, so I love that show, and this year I am debuting as a 55-year-old.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
I can't wait to watch you.
Yeah, and I like the fact that this particular show has 50, 55, and 60. So I've already thought, 60, it could be. So I'm hoping this year's the year.
And the IFBB Pro League is the only organization that has the 55 and over and 60 and over pro cards.
Yeah.
But more than that, let's do some education to our viewers, because we get questions all the time. What is the NPC? What is pro card? What does that mean? And someone's like, oh, my friend is a pro. And then they're like, well, she's not really a pro. And so what do we mean by that?
Yeah, when you become a pro in the IFBB, then you do have the opportunity to earn money when you win shows. I just listened to a podcast the other day. I think it was Bikini in the Brain with Ashley and Adam, 2 of our favorites. Becoming a pro athlete in the sport isn't necessarily going to be your full-time job for most of us. I mean, for me, why do I want to be a pro? Well, because I like challenges. It's the next goal to achieve. It definitely says something about your ability as an athlete to be elite. It's a status symbol in my opinion.
Yes.
So I'm not going to become a pro when I do, because I will become a pro for the money. I'm doing it for the status, for the achievement, for the accomplishment, to be on stage with other women that are in that same place with their physique and their
So to get your IFBB Professional League Pro card, you first have to compete in the NPC, and you have to earn either first or second in an open category, and then you are nationally qualified. So then after you get that, you have the opportunity to go to an NPC national qualifier competition, and that's what Deb is doing. Yeah. And so then once you go to that competition, you are up on stage with the most insane competitors. Yeah. And everyone brings their
and actually it's actually a pro qualifier.
Oh,
so,
pro
so there's national qualifiers. See, I compete as a master's athlete. So as a master's athlete, to go to a pro qualifier like the nationals that I'm going to in Pittsburgh, you have to have competed in an NPC show. You don't have to have placed if you're a master's athlete. You just have to have competed. For an open category, you do need to compete and win first or second in a national qualifier.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. So there is a difference on if you're competing in masters or not.
Yeah, so like I just went to the Denver Mile High. That's a national qualifying show. So the athletes that took first or second in open, they are now nationally qualified to go to a pro qualifier show and try to earn their pro card. Yes. Does that make sense? I think I said that right.
Yeah.
I think I said that right. Again, as a master's athlete, I don't I'm not aspiring to necessarily win a open, although I did compete in open and I placed, so I was really happy about that. So yeah, I just have to have competed. So yeah, the Pittsburgh show is a pro qualifier. That's our opportunity to earn a pro card. So there's many pro qualifiers throughout the year. For masters, there's only, I think, 4.
Yeah.
4, so we have a limited ability, but yeah.
Yeah, so we talk to a lot of athletes every single day, and we get a lot of questions like, I really want to turn this into a career. I want to make a business out of this. What league should I compete in? With no hesitation, we say the NPC to road to pro to the IFBB professional league, because that comes with what Deb was talking about, that prestige. Having your IFBB professional league pro card gives you a lot of respect, because it's so, in my opinion, it's so hard to get your IFBB pro card.
Well, and think about it. What is the top of the top? Like, if you're a bodybuilding athlete, what do you aspire? The Olympia.
We all want to be Ashley Kaltwasser. And what is Ashley Kaltwasser? She's an IFBB pro.
But I mean, Olympia. So if you ever want to be on the Olympia stage, which is considered to be the most renowned bodybuilding award that you could achieve, you're going to have to go about that through the NPC, IFBB. That's what we do.
Yeah, so that's why we always recommend the NPC, because the only way to step on the Olympia stage is through the NPC. The only way to step on the Arnold stage is through the NPC. The only way to step on a national stage is through the NPC.
I mean, and that's definitely the most prestigious title that you could win in this sport is, an Olympia, Miss Bikini Olympia, or as, the Arnold Miss Bikini.
Yeah, would there ever be a circumstance where you would recommend a league other than the NPC?
I mean, for myself, I don't. I mean, I know a lot of athletes go different routes because they think they're not muscular enough for NPC. But I believe as a novice competitor, stepping in at the very get-go at the NPC level, in my opinion, is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because it's a bodybuilding sport. So if you're planning to build your body, why would you not want to build it? I don't know. It's just,
why would you not shoot for the top?
Yeah.
So I will say that I respect all leagues and all athletes, whatever path they want to take. But I'll share a little bit of my history, and that can kind of speak for itself. So I started off in 2013, and I did 3 NPC shows, and then I did a 4th show in another league, and then I came back and did 5 NPC shows. So I'm not going to say what it's obvious what my favorite league is. I've only done 1 show, and that was back in 2015 that was not NPC, and I did it because I honestly wasn't as conditioned enough to compete in the NPC. I don't know if that's a good reason or not. This was back in 2015. I didn't really know the sport as well, but me personally, I don't think I would ever compete in another league. I'll just say that I would never compete in a league that's not the NPC here.
I feel like sometimes people sell themselves short. So like you said, like, I'm not conditioned enough, or, I feel like you're selling yourself short if you don't think you can go into NPC, because, I mean, why not get conditioned enough? Why not aspire to have the muscularity? And then there's some people, that want to do like natural leagues, and NPC does have some natural competitions. They do have some natural competitions. So that might be the only reason. And to say that, like, natural, I mean, I've competed naturally, I'm now in my 50s, and so I do hormone replacement therapy. So I'm not qualified to be in a natural show anymore. So that's another consideration.
And I love how transparent you are about that, because a lot of us don't talk about that, and so that's one reason I will never compete in national league again, because I have done TRT, and so I can't ever do an NPC natural show, which is fine. So back in 2015, it's interesting how you brought that up, selling yourself short, because I remember, my mindset during that prep was not where it should have been. It wasn't super enjoyable, and I think because I wasn't competing in the NPC, and for me it was also a convenience thing. Unfortunately, Kansas City doesn't have a whole lot of shows, and in 2015 I didn't have the funds to travel, so I was kind of like stuck not doing that. We are working, and there are more shows coming to Kansas City, so we're really building up the NPC here. And so just like a recap of this video, if you want to kind of get to the top, if you want to be in like the elite of the elite.
Yeah.
The only way is through the NPC.
NPC, IFBB,
Yeah.
That's it. That's where I'm going. Road
So
to Pro, baby.
Deb is competing in, is it 4 weeks?
4.5 weeks.
4 weeks, along with some of our other sponsored
Yes,
athletes and
yes.
Angel ambassadors. I know Gracie's competing with you.
Yes, and Jenny Telford.
Yeah, there's a lot of you
Yeah.
going, and we're going to be cheering so hard for you. And it's in Pittsburgh.
Love that
So-
show. If you haven't done it, do it. It's a great
Definitely
show.
get on the live stream.
Mhm.
I watched it last year of Deb, and
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it every year. Well, you're going to get it.
I'm ready.
You're going to get it. Thank you for
Thanks,
watching.
guys. See you later.